guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nada Naomi. If it's your first time seeing my beautiful face, welcome back to my channel. If it's not, what's up? On this channel we talk about mental health awareness, we talk about tips and advice as a student nurse. I'm in my second year, and I also share, my lifestyle on vlogs, and so yeah, hope to see you guys a lot more. And don't let this be your last time of seeing my face by making sure you hit the like button, comment and subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get notified anytime I upload a new video. So guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video we're gonna talk about 6 toxic traits that are very bad to your mental health or detrimental to your mental health, or that are not healthy to your mental health, or that could cause a mental breakdown. So there are different toxic traits that are very detrimental to our mental health, that are very harmful to our mental health. And some of these traits, to each individual, they might look normal, they might look like it doesn't really look toxic to me. And this is always because maybe the person is so used to being treated that way, so they don't even know what's being treated in a good way feels like, or like they can't differentiate between a healthy kind of relationship to a toxic one. So today we're going to talk specifically about toxic traits that is bad to your mental health in relation to relationship, and maybe specifically amongst friends. And these points I'm going to share with you, it doesn't really have to be amongst friends. It could be amongst parents and the child, it could be amongst your siblings, it could be amongst anyone that's kind of like connected to you, that you relate to. So yeah, let's get into this video. The first point is giving as much as you receive. Are they demanding and don't return the favor? This is about people that always talk about themselves. You could be having a conversation, this person, from the beginning of the convo, you tell them about your worry and they end up talking about themselves from A to Z. They do not respect your boundaries whatsoever. They do not consider your own feeling. These people are simply just using you. They're simply just using you as a doormat. These people are genuinely extremely selfish. These kind of people think that you owe them favors because they're your friend. It's like kind of like that. So they act as if like you owe them favors, so you're gonna have to do what they ask you. But we need to know that sometimes, some people they don't return favors, maybe because of maybe they're depressed. It could be the person is forgetful as well, or it could be because the person lack awareness about themselves, maybe because they lack awareness that they are rude, or they kind of have that kind of attitude or behavior, so they tend to act or behave that way. You need to know that if a person is a good friend, they will always return favors to you. Even sometimes you don't need to ask them, they know what you need. They will actually give you a helping hand. How can I help you? Is there anything I could do for you? It's kind of like the opposite. So if the person is not a good friend, they would not return favors. They would think about only themselves. They are always like me, myself and I. They'll continually expect favors from you. You need to notice something about these people, that if you're there or try to stop doing them a favor, they will get angry at you. Some people are very highly self-centered and they're entitled. Most are not, but this set of people that they don't return favors, they just tend to use you, are the kind of people that if then you now say, okay, I'm not gonna be doing stuff for you because you don't do stuff for me, they will get angry at you. And it's kind of like a narcissist I don't know how to pronounce it, but narcissist, I don't know, but they kind of have it kind of gives the vibe of that kind of trait, of a narcissist. So you need to be mindful about those kind of people. So to be in a safe spot, you need to make yourself a priority. I remember saying it in my previous video that make yourself a priority. Think about yourself first. You need to be mindful about the people. I said again that you need to be mindful about the people you put in your circle, the people you call friends, the people you relate to, the people you do favors for. I'm not saying that you should do things and expect people to do things back for you, but when it's kind of continuous and this person is not really adding value to your life, where you're always the person that is doing stuff, causing unneeded stress to you or your life or your performance in general, you need to cut those kind of people off. With the century we are now, you need to make sure of the kind of people you call friends, you know, genuine kind of people, not fakes. You don't want to be friends with fakes. But you need to know, obviously, that some people, they actually do favors for people because it makes them feel good. Now, that's a very good habit. That's a very good behavior. And everyone's different. So, you know, just do what you feel like is right. And don't get your hopes up about other people. I feel like it's the best thing. Which is something I learned along the line, not to expect so much from people. So when I do stuff, sometimes I just forget it there. But when it's something that I really expect you to actually do something back, like if I give you money, you need to give me my money back. Like I'm borrowing you, I'm not giving it to you, I'm lending it to you, so you need to give it back to me. So that kind of thing, yeah, I'm expecting, like, it's my money, give it back. So just don't get your hopes up about people sometimes, so as not to like disappoint yourself or feel disappointed. The next point is they compete with you. Oh my goodness, you know, these kind of people that compete with you, I just don't understand. They become jealous of your success in an attempt to sabotage your success as well. Some people do go to that extreme, trying in attempts to sabotage your success. And you know, you should notice that sometimes, yeah, this kind of friends can do silly things, like, you know, to sabotage your progress in a way, in a particular kind of like area, or in the kind of way that it may not be blatant, but they will likely try to convince you that their actions is harmless in a way. The way they will act is like, you wouldn't even think about, oh, this person doesn't want good for me. They'll just act silly. You might be thinking, oh, she's just silly, but no, she's competing with you. She doesn't like the fact that you're successful. She or he doesn't like the fact that you're doing good, what you're doing. So they try to like do something like discreetly, should I say. A sabotage can look as simple as, you know, you could be on a diet and then she comes along and she knows you're on a diet and she comes along, she brings you a donut to say, oh, let's eat some donuts, and you might be thinking, oh, it's accidental, like it's an accident, maybe she didn't remember. You now start making excuses for them. So those kind of people, you need to be mindful about this kind of people, because this kind of thing is very bad for your mental health. If you surround yourself with this kind of people, it's very detrimental for your mental health. Being around people with this kind of toxic trait, maybe to your professional contacts or people that you're working with. Maybe you're working in a project and they kind of reveal something personal that you and her know, maybe as a joke, maybe to talk about you as a joke, but then they're revealing things about you that make people start thinking different about you. Like, you need to be mindful about those people. You need to be mindful about that. They do not pray for your success. Another kind of sabotaging would actually be them revealing sensitive information about you. Next point is they betray your trust. This one, once I see a red flag of something like this in someone, I'm cutting. Like, no. In other words, they try to discredit you in front of people, and obviously it's kind of like hand in hand in how they compare with you in a way. How I said, they talk about sensitive or important information about you to your professional contact. So, you know, have you ever, like, I know one or two of us, or anyone has ever been in a situation where they tell you that somebody close to you as your friend was saying, like, or talking bad about you behind your back. Yeah, they do not want good for you. They've betrayed your trust. Because, you know, if you call someone like my friend, you know, I'm close to them, and you say something, you know, personal about yourself to them, and they go behind your back and go talk to someone outside your relationship, you need to be mindful about that person. I would say cut with that person. Maybe not confront them, but personally, before I wouldn't confront people, but now I'm the kind of person that I will come and question that you actually did this, did you say this? Because I would give an example. This has happened to me in college before. So there was this a little story time. There was this American guy that came to my college, and so, you know, we always chat, me, him, and like some other of my friends. So we always talk and stuff like that. And then one day I heard people coming to me saying, oh, this guy said that I wanted him. And I said, hello, who said that? And then they told me who it was, because at first they didn't want to tell me. Then I waited till he finished class. I told my friends to wait for me because me and my friend go home together then. It was my last day in college actually, and I waited till he finished because I didn't want to like start shouting, or I don't like to react too loud, you know what I mean? So I waited, and then I knew like since he started talking about me, yeah, this guy, whenever like he sees me coming, he takes the other way, he crosses to the other side, and I'm thinking what's going on until I started hearing the rumors. So I waited, and then I went to double cross him. Like there's this door where there's no other way out of it. Other doors there's always a way out, another way, but this door you have to take that door. That's where you're gonna literally be able to leave the building. So I went to him, I literally stood in front of him and I was like, "Okay, I heard you've been saying this about me. When did I say that I wanted you?" And my guy was too stunned to speak. And I said, "Don't you dare go around talking about me or saying something I never said. Okay, so I don't know what you're trying to do, but go back to those people and tell them you never said that." Because me, I'm not. When those people asked me, I was like, "Is that what he said? Did you hear me say that?" I questioned them too, because do I look like does it look like my type? Like this guy is short. God forgive me, but this guy, I'm short, but like he's short, like we're kind of like same height. So I'm like, please just go back to those people and tell them that you never said it. So we're cool, right? And then I walked away because, you know, I don't like loud, but I'm gonna confront you and tell you, hey, what you're doing it's not, I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of it. So yeah. So in that sense, confront them if you can, or just overlook it and don't relate with that person anymore, I would say. Back to the point, when someone's talking ill or bad about you behind your back, you need to know it's because they're secretly competing with you. Point blank, period. So they try to make you look bad in front of other people, hence making them look like the good one, making them look like, oh, you're actually still friends with that person, you're a good person, whereas they're the bad person, if that makes sense. So so to them it's like they believe that it's making them look or feel better, or it does make them feel better, because when people start looking at you weird when you see them, they're like on the inside like laughing like, yeah, that's what I wanted. So obviously they try to like, I feel like it's a way to try to like sabotage your success in a way by, you know, causing confusion maybe between yourself and your professional contact. They try to one up themselves. They try to outshine in everything. That if you share with if you're with a group of people and you're out talking and you said, oh, I went to the gym yesterday and I passed my limits, maybe I lifted 50 kg, you know, for my squats. This person will come around and say, yeah, me too, I went gym and I lifted 80 kg. So they try to outshine you in front of other people, and it's like, sis, calm down, like it's not that deep, like just calm down. Kind of people, they're incapable of being friends, so you should avoid them at all costs. They should not even be your friend in the first place. So at all costs you should avoid them. The next point is they seem to delight in your misfortune. In simple English, they don't celebrate your victories. First of all, you know how I said they tend to compete with you. You need to keep an eye out for, like, if you're sharing a good news and you suspect that you've suspected before that this girl is kind of like, she sees you as a competitor, you know, as opposed to like being a friend. You need to start paying attention to how she reacts when you share bad news, because if you notice that she seems a bit like uptight when you share bad news, or it seems like she's a bit like when you share bad news, it's a sign that she's against you and not with you. If whenever you share bad news and if you notice that she seems a bit like delight or excited or like a bit cheerful in mood, just know that, yeah, it's a sign that she's against you. She's not for you. She's not your friend. She sees you as a competitor. She's not for you. She's just against you. She's not with you. In the same like line, but when you share good news, every time they'll always say, oh, they are unavailable, just, you know, to help you celebrate your wins. So you need to keep an eye out for these red flags, for these toxic trait amongst your friend or whoever you're having a relationship with, whoever it is that you're calling a friend or best friend. You need to keep an eye out for this kind of traits. The next point is they bring out the worst in you. They dwell on the negative aspects of your life. They brag in your presence. To me, I feel like these people they're insecure, because when they start bragging, or like when they dwell so much on the negative aspect of your life, it's just to make themselves feel good, and obviously they start competing with you. And to me, it's like a sign that this person has low self-esteem. So they feel the need to be boastful in your presence, or to make themselves feel good because of their insecurity. I feel like these kind of people, they're the worst. They're the worst. And when I mean that they bring out the worst in you, is the fact that they are always constantly reminding you of what's wrong in your life. There's some stuff you don't want to talk about, they will always bring it up to talk about it. It's like, girl, chill out, I don't want to talk about it. Like, you know this already. So you need to be mindful about those kind of people. They always want to talk about the negative part, and when it comes to the good things, they will just brush on it a little bit and pass over the good things. But then when it comes to the bad or negative things in your life, they will talk. The sun will go up and down. You need to notice or know that it's also likely that maybe your minor setback, like little obstacles that you come across, makes them feel good, because they have insecurities as well. I feel like, again, these are people that have low self-esteem, so they need help. If you're around people and you notice that you tend to indulge in bad habits, maybe like smoking or drinking, I've never been in a situation, but I've heard some people tell me, I've asked like, oh, do you smoke, do you drink? And they tell me, oh, I only smoke socially. When I'm with my friends, I smoke. I don't smoke like that, just socially. No, that's not a good friend. If you're around this friend and every time you're around this person, you're smoking, you're drinking, you need to cut, because whenever you're around them, you're always indulging in bad habit, which is not good. Smoking is not good for your health. We all know that. So imagine you're trying to stop smoking, and whenever you're around them, you say you're smoking socially because you're with your friend. I'm sorry, that person is not your friend, because if you tell them I'm trying to stop smoking, whenever they want to smoke, they won't call you, oh, do you want to go stop smoking anywhere, or they won't smoke around you. If they want to smoke, maybe they'll go somewhere far away from you and not even tell you. Because why are you telling me to come with you if I literally told you I want to stop smoking? So those kind of people, you need to, kidado out of that relationship. You need to know the kind of friends you're around kind of influence how you act, how you behave, how you talk, what you do. So yeah, and obviously the friend you keep as well. You need to know, are they of good influence or bad influence, so you know if to stay or cut. The last point is you make excuses for these people. You make excuses for their actions, for how they've spoken to someone. You instinctively, like, these people that they're not good. And the problem is that we often do this, and we give them the idea that they can push us around. You make excuses for their actions of others. You make excuses for how they've spoken or even treated you. Like when people start pointing out that, why is this person treating you this way? And you start making excuses like, oh no, he's just been silly, he's my friend, we're friends, we always do that. No, that person is not your friend. You need to cut. And I feel like when you do that, you're actually giving them excuse. You're giving them the permission to boss you around, to treat you anyhow, to push you around. So it's like you have no boundary. You have no, even amongst friends, I feel like there should be boundaries. So it's like you have no boundaries. That friend can come into your boundary, and just erode it, and they do whatever they like with you. And it's difficult to draw a line with those kind of people when that person does not have respect for you in the first place. So it will even be difficult to even draw a line or even set a boundary. So obviously at the set go of a relationship, you need to set boundaries. I'm not gonna lie, you need to set boundaries to, let the person know, this is how I like to be treated, not to be pushed around or stepped on like a doormat. Yeah, that's the end of the point. So it is important to take your time and analyze and maybe observe the kind of people you allow in your circle. It's good to actually pay good and proper attention to the kind of people you relate with, to people you call friends that you relate with. And if somebody messes you up, if somebody does wrong, let them take the blame. Don't make excuses for them. Don't talk for them as if, oh, the person is not always like that. No, let them take the blame. Let them feel the burn. If people want to at them that what you did is wrong. Let them take the blame. Do not make excuses for them, because at the end of the day they will turn back and come and treat you around anyhow again. Like they'll come and push you around again, because what, you're their friend. So, and you've given them that permission, that allowance for them to treat you anyhow. I'm not gonna lie, you know, when you I need to stop saying caught, when you let go of this kind of people in your circle, they will get angry. I'm not gonna lie, it will be very hard. They will get really angry, really cross with you. At the end of the day, it's all about respect. You need to respect me if you want to be my friend, like, you know, and respect yourself too. Like, why are you behaving that way? So all these kind of traits, some people, it's like it's even hard for them to change. I feel like those kind of people need help as well. So if you feel like, okay, this person's mental health is going downhill, maybe that's why they're acting this way, then yeah, it makes sense, you can offer to help them. But if all they do is treat you anyhow, you know, they want to talk about all the negative things in your life, they don't want to see the good in you, they influence you to do all sort of stuff, you know, when you need help, some maybe concerning your like healthy living, they're doing the opposite, you need to let that person know, or you can just tell them, you know, or just start giving. What I do sometimes is I just start giving gaps. That's how you know that I do not want to relate with you anymore, and eventually me and that person stop talking. So because at the end of the day, your mental health matters. You do not want to be broken from a relationship, and then when you get into another one, the same person, another person start treating you that way, you feel like it's normal. That's not good for your mental health, because at the end because if it's continuously get treated that way, you're gonna have a very big mental breakdown, and it could lead to mental health problems. Yes, so that's the end of the point, guys. And if you enjoyed the video, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get notified anytime I upload a video, and subscribe. Make sure you comment on this video to share your ideas of any kind of toxic traits you've experienced with friends, and how did you end the relationship. I'd like to know actually. So yeah, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you, bye.